Hi guys, so I have a really special treat for you for this post in Chloe Visits Mexico City. I've got up really early to come all the way out to Milpa Alta. I haven't left the city. It might look like I have. It's very green, mountainous. I feel like I'm in the countryside. But Milpa Alta is known for these cacti that you can see behind me, the field full of them. It's known as the Nopal. And the Nopal is a normal part of the Mexican diet. I've never heard of anyone eating a cactus before, but these cacti form such an important part of the Mexican diet. They're so good for you. They're full of calcium, enzymes, loads of vitamins. They eat them for breakfast, lunch, dinner. It doesn't matter what time. It doesn't matter the social class, your budget. It's just part of everyday life in Mexico. And here in Milpa Alta, they actually produce between 80 and 90% of all the nopal that's eaten throughout Mexico, the whole of the country. Going from here, to find out a little bit more about how we go from this cactus plant to the table, I'm also going to go to a processing plant. We've got permission to go and film in a processing plant to kind of see what happens to this once it leaves the field. So I'm really interested about that. After that, I'm going to go to a village just up the road. It's called San Pedro Actopan, and it's really famous for another traditional Mexican cuisine called mole. And mole it's a kind of sauce. You buy it in paste form. It's absolutely delicious. It usually has over 60 ingredients, which is just unimaginable. One of the ingredients in most moles is chocolate, but it's actually a savory dish. So I'll fill you in a little bit more about that as I learn about it. So from here, we're going to go, there's an amazing lookout spot just behind us. We have views of the volcanoes on a clear day. I'm not sure if we're going to get that today. But they also have amazing quesadillas, barbacoa, which is lamb that's been cooked in an underground oven for a lot of hours. So for now, I'm going to go see what else I can see around Milpa Alta. They practice agricultural techniques that they've been using for thousands and thousands of years in this village. So I'm going to go get something to eat, and then I'll fill you in on what I've seen afterwards. Hi! But I know this looks really random, and the last place I ever expected to visit on my trip to Mexico was a processing plant. But it's not just any processing plant, it's a nopal processing plant. It's actually called Nopales Azteca. What is nopal, I hear you ask? Nopal is a cactus which has been part of the Mexican diet for thousands and thousands of years. If you look at the Mexican flag, you'll see that the eagle with the serpent in its mouth is actually on top of a nopal cactus. So that's how important this plant is to the Mexican culture. And the nopal, this is the leaf of the cactus. This is the part that Mexicans actually eat. And that comes in over here behind us to get washed and sterilized. It's then chopped up. So when you're in Mexico in the supermarkets, you can buy it like this, or you'll see that it comes in little pieces. So they do the work for you here. They chop all that up. It gets washed or sterilized again. And this is where it gets packed. So I can't believe it. I really imagined that a company that makes so much nopal would really have a huge operation here, but it seems like they get all the work done with just a few people that are here. But absolutely fascinating. I can't believe it. This is like the last thing I expected to do on my trip. So I've come to the town of San Pedro Actopan to find out as much as I can about the Mexican speciality that is mole. And I think I've come to the right place because the whole town actually smells of mole. It's delicious. So let's go see what we can find out. Come on. So I'm here in Moles Don Juan, where I've come to buy some mole. Now that I've seen so much mole, I really want to make some food with it now. And in here you can not just buy the mole, but you can buy all the ingredients that you need to make your own mole. So Ismael, which would you recommend? I can see you have so many different ones.
Yeah, well, it depends if you like sweet or you like spicy. Mexican likes really spicy, but and you can mix it. The other one is a little bit more spicy, but if you mix them, you will have like a middle. Not too spicy, not too sweet, and you have like a good selection of mole.
Well, I like spicy food, but I kind of like that idea of mixing the sweet and spicy. So could you give me a half a kilo of the mixture?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you so much, Ismael.
Thank you.
Well guys, I am back in my neighborhood now after what's been a really long day. We had to get up at like 6 o'clock this morning to get to Milpa Alta, to beat the traffic this morning and get there. But it was well worth the visit. It was so nice to feel like I was in the countryside without even having to leave the Mexico City boundaries. The one thing I would say is I'm lucky that I had Alicia to take me because it can be a bit difficult to get there and the traffic can be quite heavy. You can get there by public transport. I'll write some notes for you on how to get there. You could also rent a car. or even get a taxi out there, but definitely worth a visit. Just to see those fields upon fields of Nopal and to smell the mole in San Pedro Atocpan. Really recommend it. But make sure you follow the website, follow all the social media to see what I'm up to next. I think I'm going to visit the top museums in Mexico City, but for now it is adios.